Well, this is Turok 2. It made by Acclaim myself.
Acclaim. Ah, Acclaim.
And get your hand out of the way, I can't read it.
Yeah, and obviously they did not give a shit about how this ran.
Yeah.
This intro here. Oh, it looks like... Oh, it runs like poop.
Yeah. I'm sure the game runs much better.
This is running like molasses on Pluto.
What's this rare intro going on?
I don't know.
This is some Banjo-Kazooie shit. Oh my god, End! What are you doing?
I reckon they're pretty happy about the first Turok, and now they're blowing their load.
Yeah. Turok's one of those games I'm surprised was on the N64. It's like... It seems a little too advanced, but they got it to work.
Oh yeah, two-player layout. Whores. That's what I want.
Yeah.
What kind of two-player layout you want, fam? Whores.
Whores. Yeah.
Say no more.
Control stick whores norm. Control stick vert norm. Weapon select quick. High res resolution. Brightness norm. Enter cheat. Ooh. Cheats. What kind of cheats do we have? Invincibility, invincible infinite lives.
Hard to read.
Fruity stripes. I guess that changes the textures of everything.
Makes everything look fruity.
Yeah.
Mm.
Blackout. That just turns off the screen. Zack attack cheat. Juan's cheat. Joanne's? Dorod mode. Pen and ink mode. Huh. Some classic cheats there. That's nice.
Cool.
Go back. Go back. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, max.
Maximum. This game is max anyway.
Yeah, this is...
Max game.
Whoops, I keep... Pressing B doesn't do anything here. Okay, New game. This game is Rumbleback compatible. Oh.
Meanwhile, in this Unreal Tournament stage.
I gotta get the Unreal Tournaments back to Unreal Tournament World. I'm not welcome in Dinosaur Land.
Unreal Tournament belongs to me.
Looks like Quake is at it again. He stole the Unreal Tournament.
Greetings, Turok. I am Adon. The elders of
Wow, this looks pretty good, eh?
Yep.
This looks like a really early PS2 game.
I know.
Also, I believe this game is expansion memory pack compatible. Am I wrong? Like, did you have a thing talking about the expansion pack?
No, but I assume it's making use of it. I mean, if Donkey Kong 64 used it, surely this does. This is Turok 2 as well, so it's probably pretty late. I get huge Unreal vibes just looking at this.
Yeah.
Well, soon we're gonna probably enter a jungle, like a dinosaur jungle or something. Maybe this one takes place in like a city environment. I don't know.
Takes place in the future.
I've never even seen Turok 2 at all.
Yeah, I remember back in the day when Turok was like something people actually talked about.
Yeah.
And they tried to bring it back on last generation consoles. Remember that game?
Uh-huh.
For like a second, they tried to bring Turok back. And
Activate 3 distress beacons.
It's kind of like
Rescue
it's
children.
it's kind of like bringing back Yard's Revenge. It's just not like it's something that people have done over and over again. So when you bring back one of the originals, it's just not. It doesn't have the same impact.
I don't like when an original or a classic gets brought back and people just realize it wasn't that good. That's always disappointing.
Yeah.
And it's better just to leave it in the past where it can stay happy and fun instead of like, you know, oh, remember this? It's back and we didn't change anything. We left it in the classic style and no one buys it because it's garbage.
Yeah.
I don't like seeing that. It's like bringing back somebody from the dead, and this famous guy we're bringing back from the dead, and no one comes to see him.
Yeah, when they do that,
Like,
happens all the time.
We're bringing back Frank Sinatra,
Yeah,
and
but he doesn't have a bottom jaw, so it's not. It's just not the same.
no one goes to see his concert.
Yeah.
After we spent $1 trillion reanimating his body.
Uh-huh.
This is great. I love this.
Oh boy, this is some classic.
How is this running? Does it feel good? Do the controls feel good?
It's not running well. It's running like an N64 game,
Oh.
almost that bad. But
Whoa.
It's
It looks really good.
yeah, it looks.
It
good.
looks a lot better than it has to look.
I know.
I would prefer this look worse and ran better, but that's just me.
The controls suck. I'm using the C buttons to move, and
Whoa.
the control stick to look. Vertical's inverted. And
Is horse normal?
you gotta press down on the D-pad to crouch, which is just depressing. And,
Whoa. You mean you can't... whatever. Would you rather look with C and move with analog? Or...
I'd kind of rather just have a normal controller. I'd rather have a DualShock. But,
Yeah.
you know, this is what they went with.
Yeah, consoles used to have one analog stick, guys.
Yeah.
Think about that.
This was the only one with one analog stick, though.
No, this is Dreamcast.
Oh, yeah. But, like, they were absolutely sure. They were certain, 100%, that you wouldn't want to use the analog stick and the D-pad at the same time. So they put them miles away from each other.
I like some of the old ideas
Where do we go?
that hardware developers like thought about stuff.
Uh-huh.
It's hilarious. Like, every thought that went into the N64 controller is hilarious now.
Yeah.
You got 3 prongs.
I know. Makes so little sense.
You've got 3 prongs and 3 shoulder buttons.
Yeah.
And you've got
3 shoulder buttons.
Yeah.
And you gotta, like...
You got 3 shoulder buttons. You got 6 face buttons.
There's always
There's
one
6
button.
face buttons.
There's always one button that you can't reach at all.
Yeah.
No matter what you're doing. Well, unless you like... Yeah, you could press Z with your middle finger, I guess, but... Gotta get used to these inverted...
It's hard to even imagine that the N64 controller...
Yeah,
Did you ever get confused when you think about how the N64 is only one generation after the Super Nintendo? Does it seem strange to you?
Yeah.
Like, it looks like it doesn't... Like, it looks like the N64 with the console and the controller does not look like the next Super Nintendo. Like, it looks like
Here we go.
something completely different.
Whoa. This is real gameplay, guys.
This is not cinematic. This is really happening. This is what games are going to look like. Do you ever get some of those old, like, PC gaming magazines where it's a shitty looking Unreal Tournament shot or something like that?
Yeah.
And they say, this is real. Like, this is really what games are going to look like.
Yeah, there's that one cover
hilarious.
that floats around
Yeah.
of Unreal 1.
I like, did you climb up that ladder off to the side?
Yeah.
The ladder, that's amazing. That's some skills.
Yeah, I know. Is that the pack I'm looking for?
Remember those back when they used to actually be able to lie? Like they would show like Super Mario 64, and they did it in a computer generated like environment to make an image of what the game should look like.
Yeah.
It looks
yeah.
nothing like the original game.
Uh-huh.
They just said this is Mario.
Just total bullshots.
I know. Bullshots used to be everywhere.
Well, what's this all about? What am I Turoking about? What are you Turoking about, Lewis?
Water? You Turoking about?
What are you Turoking with? That's right.
Wouldn't it be cool if some developers went back and they remade some of their old games to look like the bullshots?
Come on. Just end. Ugh.
Like, could somebody remake Super Mario 64 to look like those bullshots on today's hardware?
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
You could make something that looks like those pre-rendered like that pre-rendered Donkey Kong Country artwork, but there'd be no reason to.
No. I noticed, like, I'm playing...
Damn it, what am I doing?
I'm playing the remake of Final Fantasy X, and, like, the HD remake.
Hate Control so much.
And, I noticed that, there's one area where the game actually chugs on the PS4. And, anyway...
Level 2 key.
What they did was that, Final Fantasy X, when it came out in the PS2, how they got around the hardware limitations was that every character had 3 different models. Like, they had, like, a battle model, a conversation model,
yeah,
and a cutscene model, right? And what they did for the remake, I think, is that they put the cutscene models in conversation sections. Like, they just took the models that were too complicated to run on the PS2, that they had to use in confined areas, and they put them back in normal areas.
Yeah.
So they just, like, kind of up-modeled everything, like, one step up. And there is one area where all the characters are in their cutscene model, and it friggin' chugs on the PS4. So that's how complicated these models were back in the day on the PS2. The PS4 has a hard time with all those models at the same time.
Yeah.
Full party.
Wait. Yeah, as I thought, I have no weapons.
I'm like 150 hours into it. Bullshit.
So why am I...
I already beat it like 3 times.
Oh.
Final Fantasy X. I'm just trying to do everything now. A lot of the ultimate weapons for characters are locked behind mini games that are impossible. That's what I hate about that game.
What on God's name is going on?
I don't even know.
Okay.
I can't see anything.
Yeah, me neither. The field of view is abysmal.
That's the last thing Total Biscuit saw before he died. His field of view shortening.
Yeah. Yeah, we can all... Let's give
just
our
all
thanks.
have our time to shit on Total Biscuit, and then
Let's give our thanks to Total Biscuit for giving us someone to make fun of for dying. Man, he suffered for a long time, alright? Oh, okay. They go down like one shot.
I don't even know if he liked video games, really. It just seemed like all he cared about was, like, just how well they ran.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like, the final, he's, like,
Well,
normally,
you
his
gotta have
reviews of
standards.
stuff were all correct. Like, he's
Uh-huh.
not horribly wrong about stuff, but, it was just like, at the very tail end of
Ooh.
it, it was just about
Many
stuff
guns.
like, I'm not playing Breath of the Wild because I can play similar games at a higher frame rate on PC.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense, that argument.
It's lame as
That
hell.
means you can't play that game. Like, it's not... No one goes to the store and gets a similar game to Zelda
Yeah.
when they're looking to buy Zelda. No one does that.
No one gets Zolda.
Maybe that was the cancer in getting to them. Because that doesn't make any sense. No one thinks that. Like...
Are you serious? Jeez.
Why would I play Zelda on a console at 30 frames when I can get the PC version of Darksiders? Like,
Well, real question.
I'm
Why
not.
would
I'm
you?
not even joking. I
Yeah, I
heard this
know.
line. Like he was like, I can get a similar game on PC at whatever
I
frame
know.
rate. It doesn't make any sense. Oh.
Yeah, yeah. Well, at least now that he's dead, we can bring this stuff up.
At least now that he's dead, we can say it without getting hurt.
Yeah.
Whew, thank God that guy's dead. Now we can say what we want about him.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, he was gonna kill us before. That's like the king or something. Like
It's like-
you're in some backwards hellhole and the local warlord died. Now I can finally insult him because he was gonna kill us
Jesus.
before. Now I can finally say what I wanted about the warlord.
Okay, so
I found him distasteful.
well,
There, I said it.
Here's a real question.
What?
Why would you play Turok 2 on a N64?
I could play a similar game on PC at 75,000 frames per second.
Like Turok 2.
I could play a similar game on PC at 120 frames. A similar game. Not the same game.
Yeah. Yeah. Well. Oh, Jesus. Ah. God damn it.
Why would I play Turok 2 on a console at a poor frame rate when I can play Painkiller on PC at a great frame rate?
Well, I'm glad we had that experience. Why would I play Turok 2 at 12 frames per second when I could play Turok 1 at 12 frames per second? No, that's Jim Sterling.
Oh,
That...
that's Stim Gerling.
EA does bad things sometimes.
Wow.
I can't
Oh my
believe how
God.
bad this shitty indie developer is
Oh my God.
that no one's heard of.
Is it 2010? I don't know.
Will you please? Ugh. Okay. I like these death animations.
I like that you can pick up your arrows.
Yeah. These guys, like, they die and then they squirm on the ground, cough up blood.
I was wondering, is it, like, does anybody ever try to, like, dig bullets out of people and reuse them? Is that possible? Or are they too destroyed?
Oh, jeez, I lost all my weapons.
You probably couldn't because, I don't know, like, there'd probably be no way to re-mill them to make them the right shape.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about it, like, if you really had to, like...
You could build a gun that relaunches bullets. It wouldn't be very powerful, but...
Imagine if you could had a gun that the bullet was on a string and you could reel it back. And it was made of a really dense material that wouldn't deform. So you shot the guy, right? And then it had a fish reel on one side, and you reeled your bullet back. So just wait, hold on.
God,
and
what
you
a
just
freaking travesty.
Reeled your bullet back in. It's a little titanium pellet.
I'm not giving this game A for effort anymore. This isn't fun at all.
It's a travesty, is it? What's wrong exactly?
Well, the vertical controls are inverted. I could probably change that, but it's just really... Well, imagine for a second, just hypothetically, playing a game at like 4 frames per second with a field of view of 30, and you have a bow and arrow that drops at like 1 meter. And like everything takes a bunch of hits to kill. And... Oh god, these things. Ah! No!
Oh my god, you need a spray and pray gun for those things.
Except not. Wait.
Oh no.
I can't...
Oh my god.
I can't change into my claw thing. even when I need it.
It's like those little things from Deus Ex.
Yeah,
Little random, like, raptors flying around. Why are they there?
Please, just... I can't deal with you. You came to the wrong engine to be doing that stuff. Everything looks so large. I feel so small. Like, just...
There's a health thing up there I think you can get.
Okay.
Oh, he should do like a... If you go close to a ledge, both hands should like grab the ledge and lift himself up. Whoa!
Yeah.
Yeah. That's... hasn't been invented yet, though.
No.
In fact, there should be no jumping. You just approach a wall and you just... and his legs and arms crawl up and he just... does... And you just like... If you're on top of a ledge, he just parkours onto the next ledge. It's like a...
Ah, here's the switch.
Like a last-gen idiot.
Yeah. You have to hold one button and then he just saunters over everything.
I remember the first time I played Uncharted, like the first Uncharted game, I was like unironically like amazed. Like it was the first time I seen a character on a console like have their feet deformed to fit the environment. Remember looking at that and being amazed?
Yeah.
Like he was like standing with one leg up over a rock and stuff. Like and he wasn't like he would walk right and he would almost trip sometimes. And it felt realistic.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing back in the day. Back in like what was it, like 2007 or something. I was pretty impressed by that game. And I remember being amazed by it because it wasn't brown. There was a lot of gray and brown at that time. And I remember the first Uncharted game was like mostly green and had lots of forests and stuff. I just thought it was pretty cool when that first came out on a console. It's probably going to look good for a while, too.
Yeah. Did you ever see, footage from, those older games show up? Like, I can't believe we call them older now, but you can. Where, like, they just, like, someone will show, comparison footage of the old game and the new game, and the encoding is just worse on the older one because streaming video was worse back then.
Yeah, I noticed that now.
So like
I noticed that
that's
now.
how those games look so much worse.
I noticed now, like, YouTube has been around long enough too that old videos look like shit, and they're hard to watch now. You ever notice that? Like you see a video uploaded 10 years ago and it like looks poopy, and yet 10 years ago I was in high school, and we were watching shit on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
And we thought it was amazing. And now it looks like a postage stamp. It's amazing how...
I remember wondering how they managed to pull off 1080p.
Yeah, I remember thinking that we'd never be able to stream it.
Yeah.
Internet infrastructure, my God, has improved so much. Even if your internet didn't. It's improved on their end.
Yeah.
Like, my internet is not that much better than it was, but yet I can stream like crazy.
Yeah.
To me. I can't stream out, but I can stream in like like source quality stuff from Twitch.
Yeah.
Like if I'm watching a tournament on Twitch, like it can be I can set it to source quality. And it's just I never thought that'd be possible.
Stop dinosauring.
Especially when I remember like downloading shitty like AMVs of like Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Like a tiny little like 140p type thing. It looked like shit and sounded like shit.
The first time,
I remember having to listen to MIDIs.
Yeah.
Like listening to MIDIs for
needing
entertainment.
to use MIDIs,
because you couldn't friggin' download the whole MP3 and you.
I almost missed that.
Put MIDIs on a floppy disk. I had MIDIs on a floppy disk.
Because MIDIs have no reason to exist anymore.
I know.
It's kind of sad. Because you can't like, you don't have that creativity through limitation sort of thing you used to have.
I know. That's.
I mean, that's not an objectively good thing, of course, but
well,
it's got something to it.
It's art from adversity.
Yeah.
Right? It's like they used to have to struggle with these sound cards. They finally get access to a full orchestra of instruments, and they get lost and it just they don't find home base with their song.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And it just like it's every song sounds the same from like an orchestra because they don't know how
Jeez.
you're supposed to use it.
No.
I see that a lot. And you never had that
Let's
problem
see if
before.
I can change the difficulty.
You never had that problem before because you only had like 3 different tracks in your audio that you could use, and right.
Oh, I'm in fire. Okay.
One life remaining.
Like I bet every track from God of War sounds the same.
Ah.
The new game.
Yeah. Oh god, I wish video game composers would get their goddamn shit together already.
It's so bad.
Like
Lately.
that's something, no nostalgia at all. That's something I really, really hate.
I'm pretty sure it's not nostalgia either. I'm pretty sure it's objectively worse.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you can objectively determine. A computer could probably determine that it's worse now.
Because not only are they copying movies, they're copying like
They
popcorn movies.
They're copying modern movie incidental scores, where the composer watches the movie and just makes doo, doo, doo,
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom when stuff's happening, and it's so stupid. It's not in the classical style where you watch a whole movie and then you create the theme, and then you do like musical motifs based on that theme for when different stuff's happening. Like if you watch Indiana Jones, they'll take the Indiana Jones theme and have it in a different key when something scary's happening. And stuff like that. Like, they don't do that anymore.
Please, please die, God. Ugh. Okay. Another thing too is when you only ever heard of like Dragon Ball GT or something by through text or something, like text descriptions, and then you download like a 3-second clip of like the fight with the Omega Shenron. That's like it's like unearthing some ancient artifact.
I remember these things were fun back in the day because things people didn't know, like companies didn't understand.
Where is my bow?
Companies didn't know how to localize stuff at the same time, so things would be localized
Oh, these are weapons.
Things
Jesus
would be
Christ.
localized all different. Like you could if you didn't know there was a Japanese version of the show,
Yeah.
and you downloaded a clip from the future,
Uh-huh.
and you're wondering how they got this
Yeah.
secret knowledge. Like I remember going to the store and buying figurines, right, of stuff from the future in anime that didn't happen yet,
Yeah.
and wondering what the hell it was
Uh-huh.
for months or years before it finally happened, because everything got localized all different.
Mhm.
Yeah, and you can kind of like what you learned about stuff. A lot came from forums, and it was just blurring the line between what was real and what was like fan canon. It's hilarious.
Uh-huh.
Like Dragon Ball AF is the ultimate example of that. And now on YouTube, there's like fan animations. You see those?
Yeah.
That look kind of okay.
Uh-huh.
Like they don't look horrible. Like they're like 70% of the way there for some of these animations. Well, it's not super hard to copy a Toriyama style because probably they've been drawing it their entire life. But because they were kids in the 90s. Yeah, it's funny, like how much of a meme that can become over time. Like Dragon Ball AF.
Yeah.
They want it to be real so bad they're just like making it themselves. These little fan animations of it.
There's like 2 or 3 Dragon Ball AFs. Full series. I actually read one of them.
It's the real continuation of GT,
Yeah.
as opposed to like the continuation of Z that is Super, that is not in the GT timeline.
Yeah.
Like GT is canon to the Z anime, and Super is canon to the Z anime. but GT is not canon to Super. It's weird.
It seems to be the case.
At least I don't think so, unless something crazy happens and GT is canon.
Yeah.
Or,
I mean, GT could still happen.
I just think
It just wouldn't be.
why
Wouldn't
don't
make as much sense.
why don't they just smarten up and just say GT is not canon, but what we're remaking GT.
Oh.
Like they're taking the ideas from GT and fixing them, and making a new GT, like call it like GT, like R or something. GT reimagined.
GT not shit.
Yeah, just like make it GT, but Goku doesn't turn into a kid.
Yeah.
And they have to go instead of going around in space because they already got the multiple universe shit in Super. They have to go to a new universe that was just created or something by some evil version of Zeno or something, and they have to go there and explore it or something. And then all the stuff from GT happens anyway, but it's like better. And I don't know, maybe they figure out Super Saiyan 4 at the end and they call it something different.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Or maybe they pull a Mega Man and just like say Super Saiyan Blue and all them were oh wait. Super Saiyan Blue and Ultra Instinct were just like spin-offs.
I really wish they never did any of that Super Saiyan Blue stuff. It's stupid.
Oh,
Now that I look at it, it's pretty dumb. I just don't like the design of it. Like,
here we go.
wouldn't it be cooler?
Distress beacon activated.
Like, Ultra Instinct should have been hyped up from the beginning of Super.
Yeah.
They mentioned it a few times and then just dropped it.
Yeah.
It should have been coming for a long time. And, Super should have had Super Saiyan God and Ultra Instinct. And not Blue or any of that. That's so stupid looking. Besides, how do you become a Super Saiyan while you're a god? Like, what does that do? Shouldn't you be...
Well, it doesn't make
like,
sense.
Once you access God power, aren't you in God mode?
Yeah.
Aren't you at that level? And then Ultra Instinct is actually a level above the Gods of Destruction. Because they said they couldn't reach it.
Yeah.
It's like what the angels do. Right? That would make more sense to me. Besides, I like the look of regular Super Saiyan God better. Because it looks like Goku just has red hair. And it looks like it's just, it looks like it's more... Like, it's not a transformation. Like, it's a different direction. Like, than having your hair just gets spikier and bigger. I know that no one cares about that anymore.
Yeah.
It also kind of inherently is revealing that Gohan was kind of on the right track anyway. Like, training with the Kais. Like, he was on the right track for how to do this stuff. Because they're the ones who knew how to actually get stronger than being a Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
Like, the trick wasn't actually being a Super Saiyan. Like, that wasn't going anywhere. So Gohan had that figured out already. But I think the best thing actually about Super is actually that Ultra Instinct is not tied to being a Saiyan. Thank God, finally. We have something that's not unique to Saiyans.
Just die, God.
I just don't give a shit about these Saiyan form. How can we have... Why do we have just this magical one race of people that can keep transforming? It doesn't make any sense. Why wouldn't humans transform too in Dragon Ball?
Yeah.
Why not? Why not just one day Krillin gets just strong enough to transform?
Yeah, it is weird that
Like,
there's no superhuman.
Yeah, well that's Ultra
Humans
Instinct.
don't.
Like, I want to see... If we're going to do another thing after Super, and we're going to remake GT, I want to see Oob, like, he's the most powerful human in the future, Oob, become Ultra Instinct. Wouldn't that be cool? I think he would be the only candidate.
I wouldn't... It would be cool, but at this point, I wouldn't want to wait for it.
Yeah.
I don't want any more Dragon Ball. I'm done with it. Super was long enough, man.
Oh my God, it just went on and on and on and on and on and on.
And like...
And they're so out of ideas.
They killed somebody who's stronger than
Yeah.
Like, it's the strongest
Well,
thing in the universe.
Earlier on in Super, they said that there exists a mortal in one universe that not even the gods can beat.
Yeah.
And that was Jiren, right? And they never even do a good job of explaining why he's that strong.
Yeah.
You cannot get that strong in Dragon Ball by just wanting to.
Uh-huh.
He said he just wanted to be
Well,
strong.
except Goku.
No, well, there was a reason. Like, he's pushed to go that far. All that happened to Jiren was someone was mean to him.
Well, maybe Jiren fought all the strongest things in his universe.
Well, why didn't they show that? Like,
well, they didn't have time.
Because
Super's garbage.
I would have did that I would have had Jiren so much earlier to make him cooler.
Yeah, they should have, yeah.
Like,
they should have had him earlier.
You
They should
can't have a
had,
character show up who is on par with Ultra Instinct for no reason. Like, he's not even Ultra Instinct. He didn't transform, and he was like standing up to Ultra Instinct for a little while.
Yeah.
How is he that strong?
Well, yeah, that's. I never even thought
you
about
ever think of that?
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
He's not Ultra Instinct. But Ultra Instinct is stronger than him.
Jiren's base form,
yeah,
with his training on his own, he is like the gods can't kill him.
Please just.
The gods can't kill him. Ultra Instinct is on par. Like, he was fighting against an Ultra Instinct Goku.
Yeah, if Ultra Instinct,
he's just a person.
If it's so special, then why is he exceeding it just by default?
They didn't explain.
And no one's surprised.
They really had to explain. They were getting somewhere for a little bit, where the god from Universe 11, the god of destruction from that universe, Belmod.
I hate it when people move around.
Belmod was like psychically talking to Jiren. And I thought they were going to reveal something like the god of destruction granted him some kind of strange ability or something, but it never happened. They just ended up admitting that he got strong because he wanted to be really strong.
Yeah.
Which is insane. He's by far the strongest character because his base form, without even trying, is just like beyond everyone. He needed Ultra Instinct just to stand up to his base form, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how Android 17, after he was revived at the end of the Cell arc, he went to be a nature reservist on an island, and in the process became as strong as Jiren.
Yeah.
With no one noticing.
Oh, there's no hope
Doesn't that
anymore.
make any sense at all?
There is no longer any hope.
God. Remember in the tournament in Dragon Ball Super?
Here. Oh.
In Super, where everyone's fighting and Jiren is standing still there, not doing anything, and then something is like going wrong, and he's like getting annoyed or something like that, and then he does this punch, this like punch into the air.
Yeah.
And he punches the air, and he almost
I died forever.
He like almost knocks a bunch of people over.
Yeah.
By punching the air.
Uh-huh.
How? How did he get that strong?
Well, remember when he punched the air, and it his punch projectile like went past Goku's head. Like he was able to punch that hard, but he missed him. Arcade
so
control.
He's not even flying.
Yeah.
He's just forcing so much air out that he can fly without having wings.
Yeah. Well, anyway, you know what makes more sense than Super?
What?
Turok 2.
Turok 2.
And let's play it again.
Let's try again, guys.
On easy mode with arcade controls. Because, man, I'm not aiming with this analog stick.